What's up, guys? How are you doing? Let's see. What's the date today? Yes, today is Friday. Yeah, thank goodness it's Friday, right? Well, October 6th, the year 2023, the time now is 8:56 p.m. Okay. One of my dogs named James is now frantically licking my calf or my pants. Pants. It's not underwear, but it's pants, and he's licking something that he actually had himself. I can explain it in English. I even don't know how to say it in English. But dogs sometimes have this stuff, which smells a little bit weird. And especially this dog named James, who is it okay? Is it okay for me to use "who" in case of a dog or dogs? Okay, anyway, especially James has this one very frequently. I wonder why. I don't know why, but it's liquid and it comes out of his somewhere close to his anus, and it smells weird. I don't like the smell, but since it comes out naturally, so I can't help stopping it. And this James is the only one who tries to get on my lap like a cat. Yeah, he acts like a cat. It's so funny. And the other dog named Goro never does this. He's a coward, and he never tries to get on my lap. I don't know why, because he doesn't like to be on my lap. Lap? Singular? Plural? I don't know. Goro is older, 1 year older, but he is more of a coward. James, which is younger, he is actually 5 years old now. He will be 6 next January in, November, December, January, in 3 months or 4 months. Okay, looks like he finishes licking the thing. My pants had. He started it again. Okay, anyway. So I found this man today, just a few hours ago. I happened to find this man through this website in which people ask questions like how to say this phrase or this sentence in English, and teachers answer them for free. It's a Q&A site, and I often use this site because it's so handy, it's so useful. When I stumble with words, when I don't know how to say some phrases, some sentences, some even words in English, I always refer to this site. It's very, very convenient. I love it, and I've been using more frequently these days. I came across this site about, a few months ago, and I knew of this site even before that. I had known this site even before that, but I have known of this site even before that, but I didn't use this as frequently as I am now. I love this site. And today, as usual, I was searching some words on this site, and each teacher gives his or her own answers, and sometimes many teachers answer the same question, but some questions are pretty tricky, and in such a case, only one or two teachers answer the question. And each teacher, if the teacher has his or her own website or any other platforms in which they introduces their works, like some teachers have their own websites, some teachers have their own YouTube channels, and some teachers have their own blogs. So in such a case, there are links just under their answer space, so that we could click them to visit such sites, other platforms, I mean. And I was reading some answers, and this teacher seemed to have his or her seemed to have his own blog or website. So every time I happen to find some interesting links, I never failed to visit them, and today was not an exception. And I visit his own website, and I understood that he was teaching English. He has an English teacher. He's Japanese, okay. He is Japanese, and he lived in the US for 5 years, and he has been it's been more than 35 years since he started studying English when he was in the US. And he had trouble. He struggled a lot to improve his English from scratch. And now his job is an English teacher. His job is to teach Japanese people how to improve your English. And through his own experiences, he has so many things that he can teach his students. And his work, his website, got my attention. I got interested in his work, and I really wanted to know what kind of English he speaks. But no matter how much I tried to find it, I couldn't find any, because he doesn't have any YouTube videos. He doesn't have his own YouTube channel. And when I search his name on Google, the only thing that hit was his website, and on his website there was no nothing about his voice. There was no page where I could listen to his voice. I could see how he speaks his English. His website has picture of him, just one picture of him, but it looks like the picture from pretty long time ago. Like probably he looks older than that in the picture, I guess. So I don't know how what he looks like now. Okay, and he gives lessons online. Okay, and pretty economically. His lessons are not very expensive, but I really wanted to make sure that he speaks great English. And I understood by looking at his website that he has good knowledge of English grammar, and he is someone that believes that grammar is very important. It's the basics of your language learning. Like some people just say that the more you speak, the better you can be at, or the more you speak, you can naturally improve your. And the more naturally you can improve your speaking skills or something like that. Those people could say that you don't have to worry about grammar. Okay, just speak up. And then eventually you'll be able to speak English very well, like something like that, right? I don't believe this kind of people anyway, okay? And I learned that he is not that kind of people, which makes me relieved, okay, somehow. And the more I looked at his website, the more I learned from what the website said, the more interested I was in. And now I'm really interested in taking his lessons, even though he's Japanese. And some of you might wonder why I would choose Japanese teacher instead of native English teachers. That's because he knows how Japanese people, he knows what Japanese people should do to improve our English skills, because he has been there. He's been there and he's done that, right? And looks like he has a good method. He has a good method. But at the same time, I also wonder if I really need a teacher. I don't know, but I would need a coach, okay? Because I don't know what is missing. I can't make the right sentence. I can't make the right English sentence here, but I don't know what is missing. About myself, okay? Which part of myself I should improve, or I could improve, or I could fix. If I keep practicing this way, maybe I'll get used to it, to some extent, for sure, because language learning, language acquiring, acquiring language will happen, will happen, naturally, eventually, if I keep going and spend a good amount of time every day, and in fact, this practice is part of it, and it really helps me improve my speaking skills. Without this place, my English had been worse because I didn't have any place in which I use my English, actually. This place is very important to me, and without this place, I don't know how to improve my English, because it's like having no goal, but just keep running, like in a marathon or something like that. You be exhausted eventually, right? But since I have this place in which I talk about various things in English, so every time I listen to something, I always think that, I can use this expression in my practice. So it helps me pick up words and make them realize. Is it okay? Make them realize. Make them useful. Before, I was just studying or learning English without any special purposes, any goals. So I easily felt empty and I tended to find my studying pretty meaningless because I didn't use my English, and so even though I struggle, I'm still struggling when it comes to expressing my English, but I think I'm getting better and better thanks to this practice. So there are many people whose English level is pretty high, and I was talking about the step test in my earlier videos for this practice. I was always talking about step test because at that time, about 2 months ago, I was thinking about taking that test. And actually, the first round written test is next week. And I was supposed to take the test, but while I continued practicing my speaking, I decided not to take this test this time around because taking the test or passing the test doesn't mean anything to me. My main goal is to be able to express myself in English fluently or freely. So, studying for the test could be very effective, not time consuming, but the opposite meaning of time consuming. It's very effective, productive, and it's very good. I agree to study for the test because it gives you the opportunity to memorize, express a lot of expressions, words, collocations, and it gives you the opportunity to improve your reading skills, listening skills, and for the second speech test, it also improves your speaking skills. But even for people who pass the first grade step test, which is the highest level, but there are many people who can't speak English fluently, or those people can't express themselves freely in English. That's because they only study for the test. And for them, it's okay if they pass the test, because they really want to pass the test. All they need is the certification. And of course, it would be great if they could improve their overall English skills, including their speaking skills. But speaking skills is the most difficult part, right? So even though their reading comprehension is very good, it doesn't mean that they can speak English freely. Conversation skills. So, but on the contrary to that, is it okay? On the contrary, that's not what I want, actually, because I always wanted to pass the test, and I studied for the test before, but I was always struggling with my speaking, and I always didn't know how to improve my speaking skills. And now I'm been focusing on improving my speaking skills, and I think I'm on the right track. And eventually, I think someday I will take the test again, the first grade, and I actually have passed the first round at least 3 times. My memory is correct. I have passed the test even more than that. Only the first round written test. But I never even taken the second speech test or interview test, because I didn't have any confidence. I didn't have confidence at all. I even didn't know what speaking English was all about, because it was so difficult, and it was totally impossible for me to understand what speaking English is all about. Expressing your thoughts freely in English, that's something that I never understood what to do. But now, I've been focusing on expressing myself in my practice like this. Things have been changing so much, and this is surprising. And this is quite new to me. This is completely new to me, because I've never been here. I've been studying English for such a long time, but I never practiced my speaking this much in my life. So I've never been here before. But now I began to understand how to make English your second nature. The key is to practicing. Okay, the key to making English your second nature is practice speaking itself. That's all. Okay, that's it. It's very simple, but I didn't work this hard before because I always gave up easily. I always gave it up easily because I didn't know if my practicing speaking would get any better. But since I've been doing this, and I've been doing this more than 60 days now, and after I did this practice for 14 days, about 2 weeks, something changed. I felt that something had changed. And then after, let's see, a month or so, I felt some changes happening the second time. And I felt something began to change about some time ago. I mean, my 60th day. So so often, it won't happen very often, but every 30 days or so, some little change might happen. But it won't even happen if you are not continuing, right? So it's very important to stick to what you're doing until the result will come out. And I think the result, little by little, is coming out, and it's happening little by little. And I even look forward to the next change, small change happens the next time. I can't wait to see the next change will be happening in 2 weeks, in a month or so. So I cannot stop. I can no longer stop what I'm doing now because it's fun. It's fun. And these days I have been feeling that English is becoming more and more of my second nature. English has becoming my second nature more and more than before. And I'm very, very happy about this. And every day I practice pronunciation at least 30 minutes to 1 hour. I picked up some of my favorite speakers. I have several of my favorite speakers on YouTube, and I always copy the way they pronounce English, and it makes me feel so good because I always wanted to pronounce English like them, like they do. And now, just by practicing, I can copy them. I can make the same sound, as theirs, and which makes me feel so good. It's fun copying them, and it's fun to feel that my English is getting better. And when I listen to my recording, every time I listen to recording, I understand that my pronunciation has been getting better and better Yeah, I can feel that. I can sense that. And I'm not aiming at American pronunciation, American English pronunciation, especially. I'm aiming at international pronunciation, so that I can understand, I can be understood by people from all over the world. Okay. So it's fun to practice pronouncing English, and I read a lot. I've been reading this author's books. This author called Todd Strasser. Okay, his books are very amusing, and entertaining, and hilarious and funny, and I really enjoy reading his books. And anything else? Okay, I have so many books in my bookshelves. I've been collecting all these years, and now I really enjoy reading books that I bought long time ago, like I bought when I just started studying English. Some books were too difficult for me back then to read, but now I can enjoy them. And there are some books that I already have read, but I really want to read them again. And yesterday, when I was rummaging, is that okay? Rummaging through. When I was trying to find some good books on my bookshelves, I happened to find this notebook. It was from more than 30 years ago. When I was still single, I was writing songs. I was writing lyrics. I was making songs myself, composing songs, and then now there are some songs that I already know. I forgot the lyrics, but I remember the melody, how it goes, but I totally forgot the lyrics, or there are some songs that some of the lyrics are missing. I don't remember. And so I thought that I could create the lyrics myself now, right? But no matter how much I tried, I can't do it somehow, because I really want to know what I wrote back then when I was in my early 20s or even late teens. I really want to know what kind of lyrics I was writing. I was so curious to know that. So probably that doesn't allow me to create something new. So I'm not creative at all now, because I don't know. I feel as if my brain is dead when it comes to creating the lyrics. But I happened to find this notebook. It was about more than 35 years ago. Now I'm 59, right? Nearly 40 years ago, okay. This, the cover is red, and on its cover, this very famous singer named Seiko Matsuda, her picture, the picture of her was printed on it, this notebook. And yesterday I happened to find it, while I was looking for any books for me to read on the bookshelf. And I opened the notebook, and I found some missing lyrics were just there, intact. I was so impressed. I was so excited. And I was like, oh, this way I won't have to create the lyrics myself anymore. That is what I was happy the most about. But it was a bit disappointing to know what kind of lyrics I actually wrote back then. It wasn't as good. It wasn't as good as I thought it would be, because I am older now. I am more experienced. I'm an adult. When I wrote that lyrics, I was very young, 40 years younger, right? I was immature, I was inexperienced, and I was not as experienced as I am today. So maybe probably because of that, I didn't find the lyrics very good, or my expectation was too high, so it made me a bit disappointed, but I don't know. Anyway, yes, I just wanted to say that I'm thinking of taking English lessons from this teacher I happened to find today. Although he's Japanese, his teaching method seems to be very intriguing, and I might be an English teacher myself in the very near future. And in order to get ready for it, it's a good opportunity. It might be a good opportunity for me to take his lessons to see what kind of lessons he might be giving. Or it would be good for me to know if I could do something similar to what he's doing. My plan is still up in the air. I haven't decided yet, but since I'm out of business now, my website in which I was selling American t-shirts, imported t-shirts the website, my website disappeared at the end of last month, and it's no longer there. So I have no job now. And I'm thinking of starting something. I will be my own boss again, because I never think of being hired by someone else. I want to be self-employed anyway. And being an English teacher, an English coach is one option, but I'm not sure what I could do. So in order to decide, in order to examine, I could take his lessons and to learn what he's doing. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for listening. I'll be back tomorrow too. And today is Friday and tomorrow is weekend. So I hope you have a wonderful, lovely weekend. Okay, thank you for listening. See you soon. Bye for now.